Virgil. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. I don't know whether you're aware, you've made 47 appearances so far this season, including internationals. Hopefully it'll be 62 if all goes to plan with Liverpool. But is this how you like it, game after game, and each one getting bigger and bigger?
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe the manager said it already in the media, but if you would say at the start of the season that you would still be in all competitions by this time of the year, also having the full squad, that obviously last season wasn't really the case, we would have taken it easily. And I'm just enjoying the moment. We all as football players want to play games. Obviously it asks a lot physically from us, but I'm just going for it, and I'm enjoying every moment.
And as a defender, the record is very impressive of late. You've only conceded 3 goals in the last 13 games. Do you think sometimes it goes unnoticed outside of the club with so much emphasis on Liverpool's front three, etc.? Do you care?
I must say, before the international break in January, I did care a little bit that it was going unnoticed, because I think I said it in an interview as well, that I felt a bit taken for granted coming back from a long-term injury, that everything was sort of normal and everyone expected the same, and it's quite difficult. But after the break, I really didn't, and maybe that helped also the performances personally. But at the moment, we're just doing it together. We're going for it. Everyone is playing the part. Everyone is involved in it as well. The back four plus Ali changes at times as well. If you look at the cup final with Queef coming in, being the hero in the cup competitions, Costas left back, Ibu coming in, Joe coming in now. So everyone is getting involved in the success that we have as a defensive unit. But the way we defend is we do it all together, and everyone feels responsibility for that as well.
From Premier League to Champions League, different types of games. I'm just wondering, do you have to approach these knockout games any differently now that the away goals rule has changed? What's the approach for Benfica tonight?
Hopefully get a win. The approach won't be any different. I think it's a mental thing as well, to not have the away goal rule. But it is what it is. It's changed. We'll have to get a good result tomorrow night, and hopefully take that with us for the return leg at Anfield.
Okay, we'll stay in the room. Go to Chris from Radio Merseyside, please.
Hi, Virgil. The high line's been discussed a lot recently, considering how many times you've been catching opponents offside. Just wondering how much communication goes into that, both during the games and during training as well, in terms of getting that right.
A lot. It obviously is. It's been going on since I've been at the club. It's now been highlighted. Well, I think if you look back at the last couple of seasons, we're always trying to play with the high line, and we don't play on offside. But if you can put the player offside, it's only an advantage. I think this season and last season, I think it already started with the rule that we keep playing on, and then the linesman put the flag on. It looks a bit, that we are conceding chances against us. Even the other day, when obviously Ali had to make the save, it looked like we are vulnerable when he is offside. So I think that rule first and foremost has to get out of the way. But the other thing is, the high line. We don't speak about it personally a lot about it, but on the pitch you definitely have to communicate. But I'm always trying to do that.
And I know you've got a very busy schedule over the next 2 months, but I was just wondering whether you and Sadio have had a chance to discuss the group stage for the World Cup and potentially going up against each other in the opening game in Qatar.
Yeah, definitely. I called him after he qualified, and I said to him, obviously, well done. And we joked about it, that we're gonna be in the same group, and it happened. So it's gonna be so hard. They are obviously the African champion. fantastic players, and we as well. So it's going to be tough. Opening game, 11 o'clock. I don't know who decided to do 11 o'clock kickoff, to be fair, but yeah, it's going to be difficult. So much respect for, obviously, Senegal and what they have achieved, but we have to be ready as well.
Given the achievement that this side is on the cusp of doing over the next 2 or 3 months, how do you block out the external noise, especially living in the city? How do you allow yourself to dream, you and the rest of the players, or is it purely just on a game by game basis?
Yeah, game by game. The manager says this all the time, but it is really like this. You can't focus on the next game where you still have a game to play. So for us, is that tomorrow night, and that will be a very tough one. And then we have to recover. How tough that will be. Obviously, we're flying back the day after, so you have this time an extra day for City. But you have to make sure you do the right things, and then the focus will be on the next game. So that's how we see it. And for me personally, I'm not too difficult in this, so I just try to focus on the game ahead.
Okay, we'll head to Zoom now. So Juliet, would you like to go next, please?
Hello, Virgil. Sorry, we couldn't hear you here on Zoomland at the start of your press conference. If there are anything, please let me, please tell me if you've been asked these questions already. I was just wondering, as a team, though, at this stage of the season, bearing in mind you say you take it game by game, but the next 12 days, if you reflect, Jurgen Klopp spoke in his programme notes at the weekend about this, the fact that hopes and dreams could be achieved. Are you improved more as a team in these big moments, would you say?
Well, obviously, we're definitely more experienced. We've been in that situation that, for example, Manchester City is. We've been in the Champions League final, so we have been in this situation before. But you only can influence the game ahead of you, and that's how we see it. Tomorrow is going to be a big one of the two that's ahead of us. So that's the only thing we can do. We can only focus on tomorrow night and nothing else.
Do you look at it then that you've got everything to gain and nothing to lose because of the position that you find yourself in?
Well, we don't look at it that way, if I'm honest. Yeah, I know, but I don't think we look in it in that way. We just want to make this season hopefully an unforgettable one. For us as players, for the staff, but as a whole club, I think the things that have been going on at the moment at Liverpool is something that no one should take for granted. We are, as a group, we are very stable. We have a fantastic squad with the manager, the whole relationship with the club, the performances. So we should just enjoy it, go out there, give it your all. And if that's enough at the end of the season, then happy days. If not, then we try again next year. But we shouldn't take for granted what's happening at the moment.
Just if you have been asked this question, it was just about Louis van Gaal. Is it a measure? Does it sum up the measure of the person that he is? The fact that he kept his diagnosis away from the players during the international break and the treatment that he's been receiving? Yeah,
definitely. I was also in shock last night when I heard his interview, because obviously he's getting his film out next week. So I was just wondering how he would promote it a little bit and speak about his life, and then obviously that was a big shock. And obviously I messaged him after the interview, and. But yeah, it definitely says a lot about him. I said to him as well, he's not that type of guy that needs a lot of sympathy. That's how he is. But I told him as well that we are definitely going to be there for him as a group whenever he needed. And hopefully we can also make it for him a World Cup to never forget.
Thank you for your time, Virgil.
Thank you.
We've got time for 2 more questions, so we'll go to Ian at TalkSport.
Hi, am I allowed 2 questions? Is that okay?
Go on, Ian, if you're quick.
Okay. The first question, Virgil. I know there are no easy games in football before you come out with that well-worn cliche, but you are expected to probably get past Benfica and reach the semi-finals. This is one of the easiest games. Can you just explain the pressure on you when you go into a tie where you are the favourites, the overwhelming favourites to win?
Well, they're in the last 8 of the Champions League, so we can't say it's one of the easiest draw, but they are there for a reason. It's going to be tough tomorrow night. I watched the game when they played against Barcelona at home. We all obviously analyzed them here, and it's going to be difficult. And that's how we face. We have to show them the respect they deserve, and it will be tough. And for you guys from the outset, you can make whatever you want out of this, but it's going to be tough, and we are ready for a tough test.
And the other one was that the pandemic robbed you of celebrating the title win with your fans, of going through Liverpool and celebrating that particular massive achievement for the first time in 30 years. This season is perhaps the fact that you missed out on that. Is this season a chance to maybe win the title again, Champions League again, and then go and celebrate and have that moment you were deprived of 2 years ago?
I don't know. We're still 1 point behind City, so they at the moment they are on the pole position. So we'll give it everything, and then hopefully we can celebrate on the end of the season together with our fans. So we'll see.
Okay, we're to Paul Joyce next, please.
Virgil, you said at the weekend on Twitter, just enjoy the ride. Is that difficult to do at all when the stakes are so high? Does worry or fear never come into your mind at all?
No, in this case, definitely not, because we're in this position. We are still in our competitions. We're playing good. We have all the chance still to win all those competitions as well. So just go for it. And I think also the fans, obviously it was an early kickoff last game, and we only 1-0 up, and it could obviously be a feeling that, what if we give this away or something like that. But we just need everyone to just enjoy it, give everything as a fan as well, support us like you always do, and just enjoy the ride, like I said before.
Okay, sorry, final question, Dom in the room, please.
It is just a follow-on to this, and you're talking about making an unforgettable year. If you get into the middle of June and you've only got 1 medal to show for this season, how would you feel?
I go again next year.
You don't think it would be...
Yeah, of course you have feelings, but the way you can't say that at the moment, because it could be, if you're losing a Champions League final, for example, then obviously you are very disappointed, but you have no idea. You would just have to go for it and take it game by game, and that's how I see it. And what else can you do? You have only the influence on for example, tomorrow night. If you don't get a good result tomorrow night, it makes it a lot difficult at Anfield when we play the second game. And then what if you're out? So how would you feel then? So it's like you don't need to think what's going to happen in mid-May. At the moment, you just have to focus on the games ahead, like the manager keeps saying, but that's how you really see it, and that's how we are also, how do you call it, grounded, sorry, and don't get carried away, I think.
Lovely, thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much for checking the video out. If you want more from us, then do consider joining Redmen Plus, which funds everything we do here for free on YouTube. But not just that, we're going to give you a whole bunch of incredible Liverpool content in podcast and in video form, extra Redmen TV shows and documentaries, features and interviews with Liverpool legends past and present. Get closer to the city, to the football club that we all love on redmenplus.com. Click the button, head over there now.